If, like me, you're slightly unorganised, the other good thing about breastfeeding is less things to remember to pack in your baby's bag. It means that you can stay out longer if you get invited to meet someone for a coffee or things. You don't have to be rushing back to get home to get bottles. With COVID around still, obviously I think that the online support groups, Facebook support groups, or IBC LCs offering video calls and video support would be the best places to go for support with breastfeeding. When I was pregnant last year with the twins, I joined some Facebook groups. In particular, there's a Breastfeeding Twins and Multiples Facebook group, which is now a registered charity, to try and find out more information of things that would be specific to breastfeeding twins. If you're considering breastfeeding and you're pregnant, I would say go for it. You've got nothing to lose. There can be things that are difficult at the beginning, but finding support, even if it's from friends that have breastfed, or online, or any kind of support, you will get there, and it's only for a very short time. In the long term, I found breastfeeding much better. I don't have to go downstairs in the middle of the night to make bottles for the baby. I can just grab them out of their crib next to me and pull them onto my chest, which is obviously less disturbing for my sleep. At the beginning, in the early days, one thing that I found really lovely was having an excuse just to stay in bed with the baby, to just get feeding established. I had also spoken to another mum who'd had twins before I was even pregnant with mine, and just out of interest asked her lots of questions about feeding them. So when I found out I was pregnant with twins, it immediately reminded me of the conversations I'd had with her and the advice she'd given about always feeding them together at the early days, and that what worked for her was swapping a baby per boob each feed. We were given information on phone numbers and groups. I didn't call any breastfeeding help lines. I definitely found it better to get in-person support, even if it's just going to a baby group where there's peer supporters, as sometimes it's not that you're having an issue, it's just kind of checking that things are normal, and having someone else to go, oh no, my baby doesn't sleep at all either, things like that, without offending anyone if they weren't feeding their baby in the same way as you. For me, the importance of breastfeeding with my first at the beginning, actually, obviously I cared about the extra things that were in breast milk on top of formula, but mainly the things that made me really want to succeed with it were the benefits to me. I really cared about something that could help me lose weight quicker, as I'd put on quite a bit of weight. I cared about the benefits to me in the long term, as well as the baby. I was really lucky that a few days after the twins were born, one of my twins was weighed and hadn't put on any weight, and actually the student midwife who came out with the community midwife had been a lactation consultant. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but anyway, she had a look and diagnosed a tongue tie. So from that appointment, we then went and found a tongue tie specialist to look at that twin again, and we did have the tongue tie divided. Before my first pregnancy, I did find out about breastfeeding, and I think I was quietly determined. I had heard that people had difficulties at the beginning, but I think I didn't really tell anyone how set I was on making sure I was successful.